My name is Oktaviola Nesa, and my student number are F1021241014. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the book I read for my extensive reading course. The title of the book is The Life and Adventures of Robinson Crusoe, written by Daniel Defoe. The version I'm using is the Gramedia edition, and this book was first published in 1719, and people often describe it as one of the earliest adventure stories, especially about survival and exploration. This book is classified as adventure fiction, and it includes survival, exploration, and a little bit of historical background. Now let's talk about the summary of this novel. The story is about Robinson Crusoe, a young Englishman who wants to go to sea even though his parents don't approve. He joins several voyages, but his life completely changes when his ship destroyed in a storm. Crusoe ends up alone in a deserted island, and that becomes the main setting of this novel. To survive, he builds his own shelter, he keeps animals, he grows food, and uses whatever tools he manages saved from the shipwreck. One big turning point is when he finds a footprint on the sand. That moment makes him realize he is not alone on the island. Later, he rescues a native man from a group of cannibals, Friday, and becomes his companion. They learn from each other, help each other, and slowly build a close relationship. Another important moment is when a group of mutineers arrives on the island, and Crusoe helps them take back their ship. And because of this, he finally gets the chance to return to England after spending 28 years on the island. Even though it's mainly a survival story, the novel is also about Crusoe's personal growth, his reflection, and how his characters develop while he is living alone on the island. Let's move on to the characters. The main character in this novel is Robinson Crusoe. He is a man who tries his best to survive after being stranded alone on an island. He is practical, hardworking, and always thinks of solutions even when the situation is really difficult. However, he still feels worried, unsure, but that's exactly what makes him feel real. Another important character is Friday, a native man that Crusoe rescues later in the story. He is loyal, friendly, and he becomes his companion. Um, the story feels less of lonely after his arrival. My favorite character is Robinson Crusoe himself. At the beginning, he struggles with fear, loneliness, and spends a lot of time thinking about his mistakes and his life choices. But everything changed when he finds a Bible among the items uh, from the shipwreck. After he starts reading it, he becomes more grateful, calmer, and more connected with God. Since the story is told from his point of view using I can really feel his emotions and his reflection. I like how his mindset grows throughout in the novel. That mix of the fear, faith, and reflections uh, is what makes him so interesting to me. One of the main themes in this novel is survival and self-reliance. Throughout the story, Crusoe has to learn how to live completely on his own. This theme shows how important creativity, patience, and independence are when facing challenges. And now, I want to share about my personal reflections on this novel. Personally, I enjoy reading this book. One thing I like the most is the way the story is written because it feels like reading Crusoe's personal journal. The first person point of view makes me understand exactly what he thinks and feels every time something happens. I also enjoy reading how he solves problems. Many times I thought there's no way he can do that, but then a few pages later, he actually manages to do that. That part was interesting to me because it shows how creative he was and how determined he was. About Crusoe and Friday, at first I thought their relationship was just like a master and a servant. But when I paid more attention, I realized that it was deeper than that. Their friendship grows throughout the story, and they truly care for each other. For the dislikes, the only thing that bothered me was the classic English, which made some parts are difficult to understand. Still, this book was enjoyable and meaningful. I learned about resilience, patience, and gratitude. Crusoe survives not just because he is strong, but because he keeps trying and stays hopeful. I would recommend this novel, especially for those who enjoy adventure or survival stories, because its messages are still relevant today. That's all about my presentation. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you.